Hello and welcome to Newsmakers, the video series that takes you beyond the car washing and detailing headlines. Today on our Newsmaker interview, we welcome Jim Utterback, Director of Marketing, and Rich Belanger, Vice President of Operations for Motor City Washworks. Hello, Rich and Jim, and thank you for being with us here today.
Hey, Rich, how you doing?
Doing well. So today's topic is on Motor City Washworks' recent online charity auction. And I know you both have probably been asked this a few times over the years, but for those that are watching this video who might not be familiar with the annual event, can you please explain some background on the charity auction and briefly how it got started?
Yeah, no problem. We got started a few years back. I think it's 12 now. And we got started just doing an open house. We were looking to connect with customers and build relationships. And we knew that if they came to our factory, that would happen easier and deeper in the relationship. And then we started to add a charity component to it. And we started off with American Cancer Society Strides for breast cancer. We were with Strides for 2 years, and then we switched to St. Jude. And we switched to St. Jude because it's a way more efficient charity, much more of the money, pretty much 100%, 99% basically goes to helping the kids rather than, a small portion of some other charities. And it's also a universal need. Childhood cancer is something that everybody can identify and would agree that needs to be eradicated.
Okay. Now, how much money has been raised for St. Jude since the event started? And you touched on it a little bit, Rich, with your answer, but why is this organization particularly of interest to Motor City Washworks? Obviously, there are many worthy organizations out there. So why is St. Jude's of particular interest?
Well, so JJ, help me with that figure. That's over 750,000, right?
Yeah, it was last year. We eclipsed the 750,000 mark of our donations since I think it was 2012 or 2015. Sorry, for St. Jude.
Right, and that 750,000, 352,000 was last year. So that's a pretty tough order to repeat that number, especially with COVID going on. But we're going to shoot for it. Preliminary numbers have us below it. We don't have our exact donation number yet.
Okay. Now, I know each year Motor City Washwork is a great host, and beyond the auction, there are get-togethers and gatherings and network opportunities available, including the baseball game that attendees have been treated to in the past. But for the first time since the event started, it was an online auction this year due to concerns with COVID, as you mentioned. So can you please give us a recap of the week-long event, including any highlights, prize winners, and any other updates you can share?
Yeah, absolutely. So we set it up for Monday through Friday. So it started Monday, 8 a.m., Jimmy, is that right?
Yeah, that's correct.
And then we ended Friday at 1. So we had 30 items of Motor Cities on the auction block, and another 20 plus items from partner vendors of equipment and credits, those kind of things on the auction block. And we had another, JJ, how many retail items?
It was 19 or 20.
Those retail items were consumer goods, like a drone or AirPods or luggage or golf clubs or stuff like that, golf balls. And we also had vendor partners and other companies in the industry sponsor. They bought sponsorships. And so they maybe bought a sponsorship, and a sponsorship went anywhere from $0 to, let's say, $5,000. And they also had the option of sponsoring those consumer retail items. And so when we sold those, they had already been donated, and then the money that was paid for those is also going to be donated. So there's really no cost, 100% donation. So the bidding went on all week. We sent out a lot of personal emails and texts and email blasts and invitations to join. And it was a little bit slow in the middle of the week, but it picked up heavily in the last 24 hours, and bids started picking up. We did a final hour countdown. We called it a happy hour because, you know, in the past, Rich, you've been to these events, you know that it's really about the relationship and having a good time and kicking back. And so we thought the happy hour was appropriate. And then, so we counted down to the last bids, and that was a lot of fun. And I think that we saw our numbers go up in total purchases or auction bids about $150,000 in the last hour. So it was effective. And then we did, you know, we tried to recreate some of the magic we had in past years with the Give to Live. But you can't replace that auctioneer. You know, those auctioneers are so good. They're tugging on your heartstrings, and we couldn't do it justice online, but we did it, and it worked out well. And we were able to raise quite a few thousand more dollars in like an overtime hour on the Give to Live. That was pretty cool. And we had 23 unique bid winners. And we had 42 items 42 items that we sold. And so in the following week, all of those 23 people that had 42 winning bids, we put them into a raffle. And the following week, we raffled off $30,000 worth of value at Motor City. So that those people that got online and supported the event and helped raise money for St. Jude, we helped them back too. So our winner won $30,000 worth of value.
So great, and it's such a great cause. I know in the past, you know, and the roster of prizes and the industry partners that Motor City has been able to build here has been quite impressive over the years. I have had the great opportunity to attend a couple of events in the past, and not only car wash equipment deals can an operator find at this event, but also, as you mentioned, the high-end electronics. I believe I remember somebody walked away. Second prize was a 2-year Corvette lease. So definitely a lot of incentive to attend the event on top of a good time as well. So what are the plans for next year, and how can vendors and attendees get involved early?
Hey, Jimmy, will you speak to Washing Cars Fighting Cancer?
Yeah, so I mean, in a sense, our event, you know, the charity event really isn't over because we've got a second component we've added to it, which is Washing Cars Fighting Cancer. And it's a program that we're running with car washes all over the country. And it goes through their pay station, through their point of sale system. And it's going to run for the month of September and probably the first couple weeks into October, where they will, you know, it's just like being at Target, and they ask you if you want to make a donation to St. Jude. So we have the same thing going with the pay stations. And currently we've got over 100 car washes that are signed up and registered. And we still have more requests coming in daily, and they can still jump on right now and, you know, run for 4 weeks. So they just start, you know, next week and go into October. So that component there could take us to another level. Last year we got a late start because of where the trade show, the ICA show fell. And, it only gave us a couple weeks to get everything out and implemented into the field last year. So we, you know, even though we didn't have the ICA, we started promoting that event quite a bit earlier this year and moved it to September versus in the middle of, you know, June. So there's that. And then as far as moving forward for next year, I don't know what we're going to do. I really hope it's in person. I mean, Hopefully we can, combine both where it's online. So there's some virtual online stuff along with the in-person. And so everybody can get together. I mean, there's a lot of camaraderie and, it's just a great way to everybody to meet our crew, just see who we really are.
Absolutely, and I could definitely confirm that, having, like I said, having attended. So it is a great event. I know it's one that many look forward to attending in person each year. Sounds like you've done a great job raising money for St. Jude's under the circumstances this year. So I thank you both for taking a few minutes here to do this interview for Carwash.com, and we wish you all the best moving forward.
Thank you, Rich.
Thank you, Rich. Appreciate it.